Hello and welcome to this October 1st, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we're taking a look at ATHR, Atheros Communications. This is about a $1.9 billion technology company. Taking a look at the chart, you can see we've been in this downtrend since mid-April all the way through the early part of September. A couple of things really stood out during this downtrend. Notice as we kept moving lower, we kept failing at the 20-day moving average, but perhaps even more importantly, every time we rallied, you can see that the RSI came up to about this 50 resistance area and failed. We had about 6 or 7 failures right at the 50 line. Every time we got up there, ATHR pulled back down. Now eventually you can see as it was putting in lower lows in price, it was also putting in a higher MACD reading. So we had a positive divergence that was forming that was suggesting that the selling momentum was slowing a little bit. And then with ATHR rallying here recently, we've actually made a nice move off of the bottom in the second week of September. We rallied up to the 50-day moving average, pulled back, touched the 20-day moving average, and then went through the 50-day moving average. And notice these blue arrows here. As the volume picked up, or as the stock was accelerating to the upside, the volume was supporting this move as well. There were a couple of down days that had pretty good volume, but for the first time we were seeing some pretty strong volume days accompanying the moves to the upside. So I think ATHR was looking or is looking much better technically, and now recently after breaking above the 50-day moving average, you can see it's pulled back. It's tested both the 20-day and the 50-day moving average and went just a little bit below this price support level, which was at about the $27 area. You can see that it held it as support in early July, moved back up, and then when we fell through, you can see we fell below this $27 level on some pretty big volume to confirm that move, and each subsequent attempt to try to get through that $27 area failed. We had about 5 or 6 attempts on it, went down to a new low, of course still printing that positive divergence, and then things started to pick up and we turned back higher on ATH. Now back when we were in the uptrend earlier in 2010, you can see that that RSI 50 line was holding, and every time we had a pullback and the RSI fell to about 50, it became a pretty good entry point on ATHR. So if in fact we are starting an uptrend here on ATHR, I think this pullback to the 20 and the 50-day moving average could provide a nice entry. If it does break down, and let's say we get a close below, say, $25.75 to $26 in that range, and the volume's heavy, you may want to move back to the sidelines. But in the meantime, it looks like things are improving here with the stock technically, and if we can start to push back up again toward $28 and have this 20-day clearly break above the 50-day and start trailing prices higher, that would be an added bonus. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at InvestedCentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.